MK, and I am back with another Shimmerz Paints project, and today is also Groundhog's Day, which means that I started scrap lifting a layout that I did a couple while ago. So this was the two layouts that I did, my original layout, and then of course the one that I did last year for Groundhogs. So I am going to be using a couple of the Spectrum Sherbert items that I have for my Kit Conspiracy kit for the month of February. So I have the chipboard pieces, bits and pieces, as well as these rub-ons, and then from this particular stamp and die set from Stampin' Up, it's called First Frost, I went and I stamped out this almost like baby's breath die multiple times, so that way I could get a bunch of baby's breath and give a little bit of white to this really almost monochromatic layout that I'm going to be putting down. And then it doesn't end up being monochromatic, but in my brain it was going to be. Also from Altenew, I use these slim nesting dies that are a really cool die set. You guys, when you stack them all together, they make the most amazing frames for scrapbooking. And again, from Spectrum Sherbert, I have these acetate leaves that I'm going to bring to my layout. I have 6 photos, I think. Yeah, 6 or 7 photos. I think I end up with 6. And then from Stamperia, I have these chipboard clocky gear items that I absolutely love. So I cannot wait to use up these gears. I've had them in my stash forever, to the point where I forgot that I had them. Yep, that's how that works for me. And then also from 49 & Market Spectrum Noir, or no, I keep calling it Spectrum Noir, you guys. I apologize. Spectrum Sherbert, I have the watermelon solids paper. I do end up switching out this rose gold for, oh, there I am, for more of a, it's not really a silver, but it's just a beautiful gold. And then from Simple Stories, Colors, Vibes, I've got this beautiful wood grain, and then it's just a ledger paper on the back. But anyways, I end up switching out that rose gold because the colors that I choose, which is Inklings Rose Colored Glasses, Inklings Coral Reef, Shimmerz Shake Off the Rust, Shimmerz So Sappy, and Inklings Penny for Your Thoughts. One of my favorites, by the way. Because I picked out those colors, my gears ended up matching my mirrored cardstock a little bit too well. So I wanted a contrast. So that's why I ended up picking them out. Okay, so normally I use my finger to color my gears. You guys have all seen me do it. This time I decided I'm going to use my Shimmerz paints and just play. So I started off with the rose-colored glasses and just well, dabbed it on in multiple spots. Then I went to Coral Reef, and then so on and so forth. I went to the Rust for Shimmerz, So Sappy, which I thought was beautiful. I ended up accidentally covering up almost all of my gears in the So Sappy. It was just beautiful. I couldn't help myself. And then for the Penny for Your Thoughts, I did end up just dabbing it on in certain spots to give it a little bit of shadows. I really wasn't trying anything, to be honest. But when it all, look at this So Sappy. Look, look, look. Oh, isn't it so pretty? Oh my goodness, you guys, I could not help myself. I wanted to color all of them in this beautiful color. Now, the thing about Shimmerz, or the thing about chipboard, with any color, whether it's Shimmerz or any color that you're applying other than paint, and I mean acrylic paint, because this is paint. The thing about it is that it has to soak in first. So once it's soaked in the first time, all that shimmer stays on top. And so what it ends up doing is I have to go back and apply the color for the actual color to appear on the top, which doesn't bother me, but you have to do that first initial soak through in order to get the colors that you're looking for. And so I do end up going back to rose-colored glasses and applying a little bit more once I'm done applying my Penny for Your Thoughts color, just because of the fact that I did want it to be that pinky, rose gold color. That's what I was looking for these particular gears and clocks and things. Now, the reason why I chose clocks is because of my photos. My photos are items that I saw in the museum that I just absolutely love. I love how we used to do the mail. I love how banks used to be more personal than just online. I absolutely love all that stuff. The cash registers back in the day with the big old huge numbers and the big old huge ching. I mean, I miss that, you guys. I love that stuff. And then, of course, in one of the photos, so here's where I'm showing you guys, I switched out the shimmer paper or the shiny paper because it just matched my gears a little bit too much. Also, off camera, I used a little bit of white acrylic paint and splattered a little bit just to give it something else on my gears. I felt like they were missing something. And in the end, you really don't see it. So I didn't even bother showing you guys that I did that process because, yeah, you don't see it. But yeah, there's even this bank of what used to be back in the day, lock boxes that banks used to have. What are these called? I used to know what they were called. Now I can't remember. But you reserve a box to put your special valuables inside at the bank. And so that's what that lower picture on the right page is. Are those security boxes or safety deposit boxes, I think is what they're called. So yeah, it's just, I miss this, you guys. I really do. I went to an antique store one time and I so badly wanted to purchase it. I really, really did. But they had a mobile post office box, like a mobile post office. And it used to be, according to the story, which is not in this town at all, it was back east somewhere. My mom and I used to go and hunt for antique shops, in all honesty. But yes, I saw this portable post office and it was just amazing. It was on wheels and it just opened up and you saw all these little cute boxes. And, you know, of course there's only about 30 or 40 of them because, you know, it was portable, it was mobile. And it just, the neatness of it all and everything so small and so, I don't know, you guys, and so organized. I just fell in love. And then to see this one that was on a wall, it used to be on a wall. This is Rollins, Wyoming, the museum there. And according to the little pamphlet that you can read about this, is it used to be on the wall at the, oh golly, now I can't even remember where it was at. I apologize. But it had a cutout for the window. And so these were all your little post boxes where the mail was inserted, and then if you had any outgoing mail, you put it in the little window, and the lady said thank you, and all that good stuff. It just, look at how tiny it was. Look at how adorable it used to be. Oh my goodness. Don't get me wrong, there's way more people than there are boxes, but this is just awesome to see how much we've grown, you know? I mean, it just, I don't know, you guys. It is just awesome. And then the same with the bank in the back. That was a bank. That safety vault right there was a bank, and it closed up every night, you know. And then of course the desk with the teller in front of it and all that good jazz. Are you kidding me? That is awesome. To know that that's how we used to do our banking. And then, of course, the security boxes down at the bottom. And then that register. Oh, my stars. I always loved registers like that. My grandmother used to have one when she owned a newspaper office in Kansas. And she used to have one when people would come in to place their ads, or they came in and purchased office supplies as well from her. And just to hear that cha-ching, and her punch in all those numbers, it was just awesome, you guys. And I don't know, sorry, nostalgic here. I love all things old and where we came from and you know what we used to do back in the day to where we are now. I'm not saying that I'm not happy with moving forward. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that it's just something that, you know, I love looking back as well as looking forward. You know, I'm both, in all honesty. All right, so I took that entire sheet. I love these 49 and Market splattery bits of rub-ons. I can't help myself. I just want a whole booklet of it that would last forever. As soon as I use it, I want it to replenish itself. Can you make that happen? I just love adding these little bits and pieces because they just add to the layout. They help me fill in gaps. They help me place things. Now, this is definitely a layout that has no rules of threes, no rules whatsoever. It breaks all the scrapbooking rules because it's just a cluster layout is really what it is, that allows me to be free with creativity. And so once I lightly tack on all of my frames and all the photos where I know I want the clocks to adhere, because I want the clocks to interweave and interact with the photos as well as the frames. I don't want to, okay, put the frames down. Now I'm going to put these down. Now I'm going to put those down. No, I want them to mingle and mix within each other. And so what I do is I just lightly tack everything down so that way I don't have moving pieces. That's very frustrating for me. But I did look back at my last two layouts to see where the frames went, and that's where I started with this layout, is where did I put my frames? Okay, so for layout, the first layout that I did, I put my frames like this, and then the second layout I added these frames. So I took the combination of the two and repeated that from the last two layouts. Now I'm looking at my other layouts and seeing where did I intermix the gears, where did I intermix the leaves, where did I intermix the flowers, and so on and so forth. And so that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to just find the perfect clocks or the perfect pieces, so that way I'm not covering too much up. I definitely want, you know, my clocks to show. Especially when you do all that work to these clocks, you definitely want them to be the star of the show. But after you punch out all of those pieces, so I painted the entire chipboard piece. I left all the clocks. I figured that would be the easiest way to paint them, is by leaving them on their carrier sheet. And then when I punched them all out is when I really got to see the really cool reveal of what they looked like. And it was like, wow, that's so cool, because now it doesn't look like a painted messy mat or a messy chipboard. It definitely looks like a modeled piece of metal. It definitely looks like, you know, this metal has been around for a while. And so I just love that effect. And you can't even tell that I painted pink on them. You can't tell anything because I got that rose gold color that I was looking for out of my pinks and corals and coppers. And so it's just absolutely amazing when you start mixing your colors and whatnot. So now that I've got my gears, now I didn't go through and put all of my gears. I put my main gears down because this point right here, everything's going to be shifting and moving and frustrating for me myself, because I'm not ready to glue anything down yet because I have to use liquid glue. There's so much going on with this. I just want liquid glue because once it's down, I want it to stay down. So with that being said, I am just putting down my main pieces for this layout. Now it's going to be very hard, especially with the glare of the frames. I apologize that it's going to be through the whole video, but it's also going to be hard not being able to see the color that the leaves bring in because they're acetate and the lighting is just shining off of them. So all you see is shine, 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 shine. So I apologize about that right off the bat, but I'm going to add everything and tuck everything, but only the main elements. And then once I have all of this glued down, I'll go back through and start adding the smaller bits, the fillers, I should say. So my smaller gears and whatnot. I just wanted to make sure that I liked the way that it looked, having all of this stuff. Now, like I said, the rules of threes have just been thrown out the window. The rules of small, medium, and large has just been thrown out the window. Everything has been thrown out the window for this layout because these are the kinds of layouts I love doing. I love having all of the things on my layout. I love having this collage of gears and frames and leaves and everything I love on one layout. If I could do this for every single one of my layouts and not have assignments and things, this is what I would do, because this is what I love. I love having the leaves. I love having the little tucky bits. I just love these types of layouts. It's a bit much for some people, I have to admit that. But when it comes to museums and everything that you have to look at, this is definitely a great representation. Okay, so I'm going to pull out these chipboard pieces. Now I have to tell you guys that the pink, reddish pink on these chipboard pieces, which is what I wanted to use on purpose, I didn't realize was so bright. I wanted to use these, and I'm going to use these pink on purpose pieces on purpose. Did I say that already? But I have to tell you that I'm not sure if they're okay. Like, that's a lot. So the green and the blue look okay, because once I actually take pictures of the layouts and you see the leaves, you can see that they actually match. Right now, that's all you can see, because that's the only color you can see because of the glares and the things. But I'm not so sure about the pinks. That color in my brain made sense because I added a pink photo, a pink piece of paper. They are behind my photos, by the way. That pink piece of paper was used, and I do like the effect, but it's not as dark as these pieces. And I'm just like, what should I do? But I'm going to keep going. I'm not sure if I like them, but I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep adding all the things. And so inside the little frame pieces, I'm adding chipboard words that are relative to what's going on in the picture. You know, so awesome, good times, these were the days, things like that. So they're all relevant to my photos, but I'm not really sure about the color of the chipboard. So I might go back with my rose-colored glasses in Inklings and paint the pieces. Now, I don't do that on camera. I don't think about it until I left it overnight even to see if I still liked those colors. So the photos are done. The layout is done. I call this completed, but I'm still in the thought process of those are very bright pieces, even though I really do like them. I really do like them. I just think that they're a little bright, even though I've spread the color throughout my layout. I'm just not sure. But I am going to take my rose-colored glasses in Inklings, and I am going to splatter my entire layout. So while it is rehydrating, because it's been a hot minute since I last painted my gears, I'm not going to lie, it took a long time, a lot longer than I expected, to disassemble the gears from their carrier sheet and all the inner bits. That took some time, and a lot longer than I expected. I know I said that already, but I'm just expressing it. Wow. So I had to rehydrate, and I definitely added my splatter. I'm glad I did, because it's nice and subtle, but there, and you can see it. I love it. And the best part is it's even going to dry on top of the acetate. I love that about Shimmerz. Not gonna lie, when I found out that it sticks to shiny stuff, I was game. I was like, oh my goodness, this is the best thing ever. I absolutely love that. So anyways, again, not so sure about those bright red. I like everything else, but that bright reddish pink, I'm still not so sure, even though it's spread throughout the whole layout. Still thinking on it, you guys, but I'm thinking I'm going to take my rose-colored glasses and at least paint the edges, soften what I can of that color. I'm not sure yet. I'm still thinking on it. So anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really, truly appreciate it. Like I said, these are my favorite layouts, even though they're a bit much for some people. I love doing layouts like this. I love having a mess of things all over my layout, you guys, and no rules, no know nothing. I just can have everything on my layout that I want to put on my layout. Also too, don't forget, if you mention my name in the comment section of your order for Shimmerz, they will send you a free little gifty. And who doesn't love something for free? I absolutely love that they do that for us. Also too, don't forget to check out the shop. They have a brand new color kit coming out yesterday, so don't forget to check that out. Oh my goodness. I love their color kits, you guys, and especially for a starter kit, it is the way to go if you want to try a Shimmerz product. It definitely grab the starter kit. And then, of course, the little blurb about Groundhog's Day. It is a little hop that several gals are doing, and it's just a playlist that is down below. If you check out the playlist, you'll also see last year's hops, and so my video is down there as well if you want to go check out what I did for last year's Groundhog's Day. And I will check y'all later. All right, thanks. Bye.